one of the true primary takeaways from this win last night by Miami over the Minnesota Timberwolves was basically the fact that they might have found their backup center. And I think many fans are easy to say that, but will we see it? I guess is a different question. But we saw a lot of really good things from Orlando Robinson. He came off the bench behind Jovic in this game, but there was a lot of good ways they were utilizing him. He ends up going 7 of 9 from the field. He grabbed 9 boards. Even Lowry was really surprised when he saw the fact that he had 7 offensive rebounds and only 2 were defensive. But I just want to showcase some of the ways he was utilized and some of the things he was good at that we've seen so far. Because even though this was like kind of the highlight game, he's done a lot of this stuff in previous games when he's been kind of thrown in the mix. So here's the first one. You're basically going to see him utilized in similar ways that we see different Heat centers. But the main point I'm going to make in this entire thing is usually young bigs struggle with like the minor parts of an offense where they don't make themselves available on the roll specifically. Like that's kind of the harder thing to get across, I guess, in the NBA when there's just small pockets and crevices that you have to utilize. He's been very good at that. So you're going to see right here, he's going to set a down screen, Depot to operate off a little bit of a curl. They're going to send 2, and that's all Minnesota does, and they're going to kind of shade over help. You're going to see from this weak side. Orlando Robinson gets the pocket pass, stays available, lays it up kind of gets to the lane and lays it up. Now you see literally the next possession. It's a very similar thing. The very next possession, you're going to see Kyle Lowry come off the screen, hits a pocket pass, great pass. Now he's operating on a 4-and-3. Maybe Minnesota's saying this two-way backup big that doesn't get any minutes will make him make decisions off the roll, kind of when he has numbers on the backside, but he was actually pretty good with it. As you're going to see right here, right after he just had an open lane and laid it in full speed, this time he does not do the same thing because now they're pinching in even more help because they know what's coming from Minnesota's side. You're going to see him stop right here, look for the pass, slow it down, take one dribble, gets to the basket. Like that stuff just shows just complete composure and just trust in his own ability that he's not rushing, even though he's a younger player, which is just an interesting thing to monitor in general. Another pick and roll, just seeing him staying available. You're going to see him right here get the offensive board. But when I say staying available, as I go back just to show it a little bit more, he's just linear with Gabe the entire time where Gobert can't pick one or the other. He literally has to contain all the way because they're both an option. Like they're both available to make a play. Gabe misses the floater. He's able to just lay it back in off the offensive rebound. Now we see it right here. Same thing that I'm showing earlier that I showed with Depot. Kind of similar to stuff you saw with Kyle, but mostly they're just running curls for these guys, handoffs into curls because they know they're going to send 2. Right here, he just hits the pocket pass again. Looks like that first one, like I said, from Depot. He's able to get the N1 on this one. Now, as we get into more of this stuff, I'm going to show this before I get into the passing element and the way they're utilizing him there. Final one, basically staying available, staying wide. They're basically operating elbow to elbow. Gobert's midway through the lane. Gabe's on the left elbow. Orlando Robinson's on the right elbow. It's just a hard thing to stop, even if you're elite as Gobert is as a shot blocker. And they end up getting the floater. But now I get into the ways they're utilizing him a little bit as a playmaker. They're not running stuff through him to make decisions, but they're running stuff through him as a hub. And they love doing that with their bigs. They love doing that with Bam. They love doing that with Omer last season, especially when they went out in that December to January range. And now we saw a little bit with Orlando Robinson. They want to get him these elbow touches just to operate as a screener, as a handoff threat. And that pretty much opens up Duncan Robinson. So as you're going to see right here on this possession, first play of the second quarter, this is what they drew up, just a quick elbow touch. You're going to see Duncan right here basically act like he's kind of setting a down screen or a back screen for Haywood Highsmith over the top. But basically, that's just masking the fact that he's basically going to slip and sprint into a dribble handoff. So right here, he slips it as you're watching him down here, sprints off it. Good screen by Orlando Robinson. Even though he's trying to sell the moving screen, Duncan Robinson is able to hit it. Final play, similar thing later on now in the fourth quarter. Looks like a similar setup. Actually, this play actually went a little bit differently because they ran the same thing, insert Orlando Robinson. And basically the play was supposed to be insert, Duncan Robinson's going to like act like he's setting the screen here and he's going to slip it into the handoff. But Gabe kind of acts upon it himself and he ends up taking the handoff himself. So you're going to see right here as I showed in full motion, he's going to get the entry. Duncan goes to slip off it, but he kind of gets in Gabe's way. Gabe's able to hit the 3, but you're seeing the different ways that they're trusting to utilize him. And he's just been in all of his minutes super solid. If you're looking for a backup big for Bam, you just need somebody to be as close to neutral as humanly possible. Like as just don't be a negative 24. If you could be a negative 3, but you cannot be negative double digits every night. So I think he showed very good things in this game, but I think that he really did find their backup big, at least for the next couple of weeks into months.